Welcome everyone to Pineleaf Plays The Runekeeper, where we're about to head into the depths of Skorgrim's tomb to stop a terrible ritual.
Will you help me?
We cannot allow the Dour Hands to resurrect their king with such a foul sorcery. They have poisoned the mountains and soiled the lands of Thorin. Gormr's fall to corruption is unforgivable. Come, let us journey to the tomb. The sons of Elrond are waiting. We will make great stand against the Dour Hands, and they will think twice before falling to greed again. The tomb's entrance lies in a deep crag east of here. Well, let's see what we'll get. Actually, they moved the tomb since the original game. I should have maybe double-checked to see whether he gave a description to the current location.
It would seem that Gormr and the Dour Hands have allied themselves with evil, fell spirits of old, just as Skorgrim himself did long ago. Now Ivar the Bloodhand, a gaunt lord, threatens to sway the Dour Hands to evil with the terrifying ritual about to take place in Skorgrim's tomb.
Ooh, Ivar the Bloodhound. Now that's a name that gets you terror.
There's evil in the air here.
Can you sense it? There's evil in the air here. The last time I felt something like this was when I was crossing through Mirkwood all those years ago. We'll need to keep our wits sharp in here. Eldro here and the others are here to help, but we shouldn't delay too long, or we may miss our chance to stop whatever evil is happening here. We must go now! Are you ready? Oh yes, we are ready. Let us go. No, we return to this place actually later on in the late in Volume 1, but here's our first trip here. Gormr Doursmith. Gormr, you must stop this! Stop? Even as the Dour Hands reclaim their glory? I think not. No more will Longbeards and Elves determine our fortunes! Skorgrim will return! Of course, you will not live to see it, Dour Hands. Oh, that took care of him.
Ivar is too powerful.
I fear that Gormr has done. We may be too late, but Ivar is too powerful for us to storm the tomb directly. He will stop us if we try. We need to find another way around. Elladan and Elro here will go see if they can find an alternate path. We will head up these stairs and see if we can sneak around the side. Let us hurry! Very well. I follow the doors, and Elladan and Elro here go the other way. Let's see. Oh, they seem to be up to something. Well, what else is new? Now, how this is better, I don't know. We're too late! The ritual has begun. Wait here, so they can complete it. Oh, patience. There are too many of us to overcome. It is time to bring back the great dwarf lord. But first, sacrifice. Sacrifice? What are you saying, Skorban? We must lead the Dour Hands to glory. There is more powerful forces awakening. It is not the Dour Hands we mean to empower. Let's begin. Wait! What are you doing? Never trust Ivar. Since, of course, he wants to sacrifice grab fell spirits to awaken this with the spirit. There's another one later. There are a lot of ones where you meet Ivar and he does all sorts of nasty things, and this is quite a premonition as to what he likes to do. I create terrible fell spirits that possess things. I have awoken! Good! Then come with me, Skorgrim. We have much to discuss and forces to gather I will follow you, Ivar. Let us handle let these dwarves handle the others. I am betrayed! Stop now! Ivar! Skorgrim! We must stop and return to our former glory! Womp, 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 womp. Yep. Never trust a Gaunt Lord. Just because he's evil doesn't mean he's on the side of other people that are evil. You should know that. As Gandalf once said, oft evil will evil mark. Or did someone in the mark say that? Anyway, it's in the books.
We need to get out of here.
We need to get out of here. We have made a significant blow to the Dourhands, even if we could not stop the ritual from taking place. Skorgrim will have to be dealt with another day. Quickly now, we must flee! Whether Ivar is done, this place is coming down around us. Oh, whatever he's done. Yeah, whatever he's done. You mean... possess Skorgrim by a fell spirit? The main way is blocked. We must find the elves and flee this tomb. Of course. Oh, okay. Cursed Mountain Whites. Oh, fun. The dead lurk everywhere. It's no easy task reaching this landing. Good news, at least, is that we have defeated Gormr and most of the Dourhands. The dead have subsided for a moment, but more will be here before much time. We will need to get through this door. Several Dourhands ran here and barricaded themselves inside. My axe will take care of that. No problem. Move aside. Now, the whole thing with breaking down the door, that's one of the few things taken from the original version of the Exit instance, where everything else is different on how things work, but there is a point where you have a blocked door and Dwalin breaks it down with his axe. So we have Fell Spirits and Dourhands all around. A wonderful combination. And then we have Skorgrim, who is a combination of both. A very bad combination, I must say. Right. Hopefully this will get us out of here eventually. Yeah, okay, more Dourhands. Hello! I'll be glad to actually get some more. Well, that's one less Dourhand to worry about. Ooh, more Dourhands. But it'd be nice to get some more skills, some more lightning skills so I could not have to wait forever for the cooldown to finish. Back and forth, back and forth. Are we there yet? Sheesh. You don't want to be in a place that's collapsing or threatening to collapse or anything like that. Wondering whether or not you'll ever make it out. But we did! Yay!
Let us leave these halls behind us.
Ah, even though we did not stop the Dourhands' plans, we have done well here this day. At the end of this day, Thorin's halls shall be free of the dour hands, and all will know they are dwarves of no account. I hope Eladon and Elrohir got out of here there. I wonder, though, when will we see the effects of this day and the return to Skorgrim? I hope that after you and your fellow elves have Thorin's Hall behind you, that you return and aid us. You have proven a valuable friend. Now, let us leave these halls behind us. Oh yes, please. Oh yeah, that is a yucky place. Turned completely foul. Not pretty at all. Now, it was a much better looking in the original version. But then the entire idea there was that the Dour Hands ruined the place.
Sweet-eyed Malon.
Greetings! The sights of Keladim are wonderful to behold, are they not? We must intrude upon your reflection, though, with an important matter. What, to give me a milestone skill? Reach level 7? And level 7 means I'm invited to the Yule Festival if I wish to attend. And that's just to say I've got new mail, which is typical when you get out of the intro. And right, so let me get my quick slots back on. But most important of all, I'll put that with, I'll have to bind that at some point. At level 7 I get my first trade point. And I have a choice of 3 lines. Benediction of Peace, that's the healing line, I presume. Cleansing Flame, that's the fire damage line. And Solitary Thunder, that's the lightning line. And this is short-ranged instant damage, which is nice to do when you're soloing, which is why I am going to start with this line. I'll have to decide later what I'm going to do for my second line. I'll probably do Benediction of Peace, so for when I group, but we'll have to find out. And we get some nice things here. Lightning Affinity grants bonus lightning damage. Ooh. That'll be nice when I earn those traits. So these are traits that you earn by gaining ranks in your along the trees. So that's very useful to have when you gain. Now these are the things that you have to unlock with your character. These replaced where in the past you had to unlock your class points and your legendary points. Since you had only a limited number of those, you had to unlock additional ones. The points that you spent on that are now placed into here instead. I'm VIP, so I have them all instant unlocked, though of course I do have to still gain them as I level up and put traits into here. But I'll be taking Spec Tree 3, and I'll rename this Lightning so that I remember which tree it is. I know they call it Solitary Thunder, but I'll call it the Lightning Tree. And I have gained 2 skills. One is Writ of Lightning, which is good to have. And the other one is Sustaining Bolt, which is also nice to have. So these are 2 new. Let's add additional attunement skills. Actually, Sustaining Bolt doesn't add any attunement. That's a... Oh yes, now I remember what's Sustaining Bolt. That's another finisher. But what it does is it reduces power cost of skills after you use it. And of course it does additional damage. So it does... see, that does a stun and more damage. This doesn't do quite as bit. So personally, I think that the way things are right now, the shocking words is better than a sustaining bolt. Alright, shocked, lightning increase. Then we'll see about all the rest of these things later. I was hoping sustaining bolt did something more than that, but maybe not. Either that or it gets traded later to be improved. Let's see what ceaseless argument. Now that's a quick one that attunes. This does extra critical defense, and this does more duration for days, for shocking days, and increased damage from shocking touch. Alright, so that goes with shocking touch. Now, I don't have shocking touch yet, so that's sort of moot. So I'll take ceaseless argument, of course, so that I can get that extra one, since that's a nice, easy one to get. Now, it has quite a power cost, and it doesn't do quite as much damage as the other two, but it has no real cooldown, so I can use that as much as I want. Well, that has a 1 second cooldown. Scribe Spark. Anyway, I now have a good number that I can use. And that's what's important here. Right. Now, what does she have for me?
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
As I said, I am sorry to intrude upon your reflections, but perhaps you can speak with Carnivore in Keladine proper? He seems quite worried about something, and from what I know of the tale of your bravery, you may be able to help him. You may find him at the piers, not far from here. Very well. Now we are in the proper part of the game. Before we were in a special area that was reserved for new players to help us learn. And now we're starting the prologue. So we started out with the tutorial, where we were in an instance. Then we're in a public instance where we had our introduction, and now we enter the prologue, and there's a prologue for each of the 4 races. So I'll bind my milestone here. That means that I can now use the skill to return here whenever I want. And I can use that skill to return to my personal home, which is in the Shire, since I use my warden's home. Since all your characters on the same server share the same house. Now let's take care of the mail. We could take care of talking to him and all that for our next episode. So let's talk about the mail. Letter of commendation. Greetings! I heard you were back in the area, and I have written a letter of commendation for you. Others you helped have pitched in from what they could and placed it all in a nice gift box. Be sure to collect and read the letter from the gift box and seek out Laren in Keladine or Bogey Deep Delver outside Thorin's Hall. Lord Dwalin of the Longbeards. He did say he'd hoped I'd return some point, and I guess he heard that I did. So, though I am much south of it, since I am down here at Keladine, which is the part of the elven area of Ered Luin, and Dwalin is ruling Thorin's Gate, which is way up there. And I get this little box here, this little gift pack. And in this gift pack, we get little things such as navy dyes. We get this wrapped horse whistle. And we get this outfitting yourself and others, which essentially is a quest to visit the crafting terrace, which we'll worry about later. Have this letter of commendation. The letter reads, "Be it known that I, Dwalin, Lord of the Longbeards of the Blue Mountains and Steward of Thorin's Hall, write this on behalf of Pinestone. I fought alongside with him to stop a dangerous and unearthly ritual from taking place. The resurrection of Skorgrim, king of the Dour Hands of old, by the great Gauntlord Ivar the Bloodhand. Should it be within your power, please give Pinestone some measure of welcome and thanks for all that he has done, Dwalin, Lord of the Longbeards of the Blue Mountains, Steward of Thorn's Hall. Apparently, Dwalin remembers well your travels as you had together. Seek out Laren of Celedim or Bogey Deep Delver and see what we get for the letter. Alright. And there's also a horse that needs our assistance, but that's in Combe, so we'll take care of that much later. Now this box can be opened until I reach the maximum level, so this is the level 6 one, and then there's a level 7 one. And that is it for that. And now I got a ton of things in here. And that is it for today's episode. So tune in next time, where in our next episode we will begin the prologue. But before then, I am also going to post the first of my supplements, where I am going to go through all the stuff. And in the supplement, you can skip it if you don't want to just watch me do my bank stuff, because all the important stuff, all the experience gain, all the actual fighting, all the actual questing is going to go through the main line, and the supplements are there only in order to handle mundane items such as taking care of my inventory and going to the vault and crafting and stuff like that. So whether you want to go to my next episode or to the first of the supplements, I'll see you then. This is Pine Leaf Needles. So long.